Hello guys, Mr. Max here. And last week, DM Bloodward made a look back at his last 50 videos. And it made me realize that I just passed 50 videos uploaded. My channel is fairly new. I started this channel in January of this year. And I thought, you know what? Maybe it's a good idea to do myself a look back at my first 50 video, which happened to be my last 50 video because I only uploaded 50. This is going to be number 51 here. So I got my list of video here from my channel YouTube, the back end. And I'm gonna go from the top for the most recent. I'm gonna skip fairly fast over those because well, either if you're new here, you subscribe to my channel, you probably saw them pop up in your subscription feed and you watched them or you didn't. That's whatever. But you're probably aware that they exist. So my video from Monday, what makes RPG role-playing bad, is doing alright. Using Retainer on RPG, I was expecting to do a little bit better. I could have done a better job maybe with this video. I could have talked more about the different type of RPG and what to do when your party is small. I tried to make my video fairly short in general. I try to not waste your time. I don't want to blabber on longer than I should. When I have something to say, I try to say it, and that's it. But this one could have been a bit longer, have a little more content. Maybe it's been a bit, I left too much out. Didn't do well. Usually, I'm happy with a video when a video passed 100 views. About half my video passed 200. So that's about my criteria now. RPG or for gardener, not architect. This one did good. This one is short. I'm just trying to bring some idea from the writing world to RPGs. The 300 subscriber celebration giveaway. If you missed that video, well, it's not much point watching it now. Just I'm just announcing a giveaway, and now the subscription to enter the contest are closed. But the draw for the contest is going to be tonight, so Wednesday on the 20th, and at 1800 EDT, so Eastern Daylight Time. So that's 6 o'clock p.m. for those who are not familiar with the 24-hour system. But I'm going to go live to make the draw. And if you want to join in the chat room, even if you didn't enter the draw, I'm going to do that like straight at the start of the... I'm probably going to chat a bit, give some time to people to join. And then I'm going to go into the draw. And then maybe we can chat a bit if you want to hang out. If nobody's show up, then it's going to be a short stream. But I'm going to go on stream on so tonight at 1800 EDT. Can I roll for roleplay? I was talking there about a player asking for role and what Shoner called the Mother May I. I think this was a good video. This video should have got more view. If you skip it, yeah, you can go watch it back. I think it's an interesting one. I was happy with this one. Maybe for my audience, it's not gonna bring you too much. I was hoping I would have liked this video to go a bit outside of my audience. Sometimes they do. But yeah, only 95 view. A bit disappointed by this one. My video, the next video was doing a reaction about XP to level 3 video. So this one did good because I guess XP to level 3 is a big channel. So probably people saw the thumbnail and clicked on it. So a lot of people outside of my audience saw it. Past 500 view, which is pretty good for me. I'm still a fairly small channel, a tiny channel. And I was mostly agreeing with some of the stuff that Jacob was saying in his video. So the video got well received. What is a game? I talk about when we talk about role-playing game, we often talk about roleplay. We sometimes forget about the game aspect of it, so I talk about that a bit. D&D Direct commentary. I was reacting to the D&D Direct stream. Got a decent amount of view. Got a good bit of a dislike, but that's to be expected. This is topical. It's not really worth revisiting. Sometimes I do those topical topics, and yeah, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and then they're gonna be dead video afterward. Consent in RPG did very well, past 700 views, but got a lot of dislike, probably because I don't know. Among other things, I made like a rape joke in them, but it was a good rape joke and an appropriate one, which I think there is such a thing. And the video came from people on Twitter were talking again about oh, if you kill a character, you're a bad GM. Character death should only happen with the consent of the player, and say that's bullshit. That's crap. You know, just like if you sit at the table, you consent to what happened in the game. And there's also a bunch of Sparkle troll. When that video for me got a lot of views, I mean a lot of people outside of my regular audience see the video, and I know I'm not for everyone, so in those videos that do gets a lot of view, I expect a lot of don't vote dislike. But hey, a view is a view, and engagement is engagement, so whatever. Don't invest your ego in stuff you consume. This video is not directly about gaming, but it's a bit about the culture and how we interact with culture and stuff like that. I think it's a fairly good video. It did well, past 200 views, so that's a good video for me. And from what we've seen so far, it's the first video that is not really about gaming. Sometimes I wonder if my channel is too political, but I guess I try to keep to stick mostly to gaming, which is good because I cannot really talk politics on YouTube. I would get banned too fast. But yeah, I was happy with this video. It was a reaction to my video on Shadow Dark. I'm gonna talk about a bit down the line there. Why most fantasy movie sucks, plus what is roleplay. This video did pass the 100 views, so I'm happy with it, but I think it should have got more. I think this was a fairly good video. I explain why most fantasy and sci-fi movie sucks. In short, it's because oftentimes the people making the movie either don't take the movie seriously, that's the subject matter seriously, and oftentimes the problem also is that they focus too much on exposing the world and forget that a movie is supposed to be about character and the story and the plot and how they interact and the other character interact with amongst themselves and how the character drive the plot. And when you make the movie just about the world, people cannot relate that much to it, so it becomes like boring very fast. And that's a good lesson for when you prepare your campaign as well. Don't make it about your world. Make it about a character. So if you haven't seen this video, this is a good one to go back to watch. Humans are the best monster. I'm pretty happy with this one as well. Could have used more view, past the 100, but I think I gave some good advice about how to increase the opportunity of roleplay and why using human is good as enemies. But I guess it's back to my if you know anything about me, you know I'm more interested in low fantasy game, a little more gritty and stuff like that. So it's not surprising that I would use mostly human as monster, as enemies. Epistemology in RPG. Epistemology is something I'm very interested about. If you're not familiar with the concept, it's like in philosophy, it's how we know if what we know is true, and that applies to in RPGs for the characters. You know that what your character know about the world, they know because of what they learn living in the world, not because of what the GM told the player. That's basically, in short, that's what the video is about. But epistemology is a question that it's something that we should consider in our real life as well, because we talk a lot about making the distinction between fantasy and reality, but a lot of people cannot do that really in real life. Like people look at movies like Schindler's List and they think that's reality, but it's not. It's a movie. Don't believe what Hollywood tells you if it's true. Even if it's a history teacher that show you that movie in class, doesn't mean it's real. It's a movie from Hollywood. No fun allowed, or RPG just about having fun. Basically, I say yes, but that fun can have many faces. So and fun doesn't just mean funny. How to play Pendragon. This video did pass the 100 view now. I wasn't expecting this video to get a lot of view from the get-go, but I was hoping this video would be kind of like a slow burn, an evergreen. I wanted to make this video series, and I'm gonna come back to it at some point. But I wish this video would have been shorter. It's been a bit long. I don't know what I would cut from it, but I wanted to make this series for if somebody get invited to join a session or to join a campaign of X game, that they can watch this video and they're kind of ready to join and to play. So I don't want to do a long video about what the game is about and or how to run it, or what is a game, what is a RPG, how to roll dice. I wanted to just go like if somebody is familiar with RPG but not with a specific system, or how you make the check. This is how you make the check. This is what your character sheet looks like. This is what you expected to do in one session. And if there's something special coming up, like, well, the GM is going to tell you when it's happened. And I didn't want to go to character creation. Either take a pre-gen or just follow the book. So the Shadow Dark video got a lot of view, past 1,000 view, a lot of dislike as well. And this is why I was making the video like about investing ego in stuff you consume, because I wasn't overly critical in my video about Shadow Dark. I said I said that the game had some good art and maybe was a right packaging, well put together and stuff like that, but that it wasn't very innovative. But people reacted in the comments. Some people, not all, but some people reacted in the comment like I trashed the game and slander Kelsey, and I like, also like people was under the impression I was making a review, which I wasn't. I was just like kind of like an impression from what I've seen from other. But yeah, people got really upset about it. Some people got really upset about it, but again, a view is a view, engagement is engagement. So that's all right. It doesn't really bother me. GNS theory. I made this video about because the guy at Table Breaker made 2 episodes talking about GNS theory, but I wasn't really happy about the way they covered it. And I'm not a fan of GNS theory. I think it's kind of like a distraction. It's bunk. But if you're gonna cover it, I think you should present it properly, not just like assume what the theory is about based on the name. So that's what I made the video. It did all right. It's not a great video. If you're interested in the topic, if you want to know what I think it's bunk or whatever, you can go watch it. Or if you don't know what GNS theory is, or you heard the name but you don't really know what it is, well, you can go watch it. How to play an elf. This video I was hoping would do better, because I think I did a pretty good job on that. And maybe I titled it wrong, because I do talk about how to play an elf, but what I try to do in that video is to go through the thought process of playing a non-human character and trying to explain why a non-human character is in a party of mostly human character, or doing stuff, going about in the world, and the consideration of the difference with the race that would kind of make it weird for him to adventure. I think it was a good video. If you skip this one, go watch it. It's a fun one, I think. Is LOTFP edgy? Where I say no. I'm talking about how LOTFP tried to be transgressive, but the way they try to do it is something that really like transgressive in the 90s or in the early 2000s. But nowadays, culture shifts so much that what they're doing is not what is transgressive anymore. So that's what I'm talking about. It's nothing against LOTFP. I'm mostly using that like a jumping off point to talk about culture shifting and what is being transgressive. It's not my best video, but it's alright, I guess. D&D movie Emasculating Men. That was topical. It was about the movie. I was expecting this video to do much better than it did. Did alright, but it's topical. I don't want to be an outrage channel, but outrage does sell on YouTube. I don't want to manufacture or fake outrage, but emasculation of men is something that really annoys me. So if something does outrage me, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not afraid to be, to be outraged when it's appropriate. But yeah, topical. This video, those kind of video, they can it big when they come out and then they're dead. So that's the case with this one. Whatever, I forget about it. The DM Lair reaction video, I'm not happy with this video. I've started watching the DM Lair's video, and I decided to make a reaction video about it. It was my first time doing a reaction video, and the video of the DM Lair, I thought it would be pretty awful, but it turned out to be pretty alright in the advice. I just thought the video was too long and too wordy. Yeah, this is not a great video. It's not very good. Don't watch it. Games with mechanics that change the game. This is a good video. There's a lot of games out there, and there's a lot of OSR games, and a lot of them feel a lot samey. And I really like. I'm very interested in mechanics in game, so I talk about games that have cool mechanics that does really influence the way the game is played. If you miss this one, this could be a fun one to watch. Big D&D YouTuber tried to take a bite out of WotC Spy. That's about when Matt Colville announced that he was going to do his own system. Again, topical. Did fairly well, past 200 views at the time. My channel was much smaller at the time because now we're back in February. So I was pretty about this one. The next two videos, I was trying something different. I made this thumbnail for the video, and I tried to have like a little frame in the video and stuff like that. But they did very poorly. They got a little more view over time, but when they came out, like, especially compared to my last few videos, nobody cared, nobody watched. But they're a good video. The one on rolling attribute and stat bonuses, it's a little more matty. If you're into game design, that's something that could be interesting to watch. Or even if you just want to homebrew the way you roll stat. We often talk about how we roll the dice to generate the stat or point buy, stuff like that. But I talk also about how the modifier actually are not like the modifier the way they're made in modern D&D and in old school D&D are different, and that changed the curve already of what is actually used in game, because in game we use the modifier much more than we use the raw score. So I talk about that a bit, and different way of generating stat. Empathy versus sympathy in gaming. Like the empathy versus sympathy thing is kind of a trope. There was like this animation on YouTube that came out like a few years back, and I guess a lot of people saw it. And a lot of people kind of get the concept that, oh, empathy and sympathy is not the same thing, but a lot of people like don't really understand what that means. They just go around like saying that as a platitude. So I tell a story in that about that happened when I was working in the video game industry, and I do try to apply it a bit to gaming when we roleplay. Mostly like I have question about it, but I think it's a good video that it's worth a watch. Those two videos should get more view. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch them. Drive-thru RPG versus the Red Room. That was when the Red Room got banned from drive-thru, and I was talking about censorship in RPG, and if we consider RPGs as art and not just consumer product, that usually you don't want too much censorship in art, so that should apply to RPG as well. On being offended and being offensive, I talk about this one is also not really related to gaming, but I talk about how it's good to like when somebody offends you, it's something that touch your belief, and it's a good opportunity to reevaluate your belief. It was a good video. It's not really about gaming. You can go back and watch it. Yeah. Belief informs behavior. I talk about when we design. Sometimes we design world. We make all those like creation story and stuff like that. But we should consider more like not how the world was created, but how the people think the world was created. And I talk a little bit more about yeah, that's the thing. People act upon on their belief, like the way people conceive the world is what influences how they act in the world. Again, I was happy with that video. It's worth a watch. How to listen to Genidy's content. That was a joke video. It's mean spirited, and yeah, it's just a joke, just a lark. Don't worry too much about it. Rethinking alignment. Alignments, like in nerddom, in RPG, among RPG nerds, alignment topics always come back. That's like the sempiternal like subject of discussion. Like, oh, what alignment is? How do alignment should be used? Like everybody always want to talk about alignment, and I go back to the typical 9 alignment there, and I think this is a very good video. This video should really have more view. If you skip this one, this is a good one to go back and watch. He passed the 100, but it really should have more than that. I think I bring some good point there. Why did racial relation worsen? Not related to gaming at all. A bit related to because it was just after the Carl Brink allegation about white men get out, and people were all about like, oh, I thought we were done with that. So I'll talk a bit about that. More political video. If you want to watch it, go and watch it. But it's not about gaming. Bank of America slam Hasbro. Again, that's topical. Bank of America made the second report saying that Hasbro is focusing too much on short-term profit and erode consumer goodwill, whatever. Topical. Did it right at the time. Now it's dead. White men get out. That was like the Carl Brinks allegation video. This video did very, very well. My most viewed video. It put me on the map in a way. So in that video, I expose a little more of my personal politics as well, my personal belief. If you're curious about that, you can go and watch it. Maybe most of you already seen it, but yeah, there was a following the appearance of a Carl Brinks on the Three Black Orcs channel. The going gridless, this video wasn't great. I talk about using miniature without a grid and some tips and tricks to do it and some consideration. It was an addendum to another video I did, X versus Square. This video I'm pretty happy with. I think it's a good video. This video should have more view as well, because there's a lot of like question about oh, should you use X, should you use Square when used, and both have their use, and I talk about that. It's not true that X are always better than squares. If you think that, go watch the video and be schooled. The one between the two is one D&D, the next Fallout 76. I don't remember what that was about. I was responding to Total Party Skill. I like Total Party Skill. I think his channel is decent, interesting. He brings perspective that I don't get some elsewhere necessarily. So yeah. WotC, Hasbro, the OGL. That video was following when WotC did capitulate in a way and decided to put the 5 ESRD in the Creative Commons. So this video was topical. 86 view was pretty good at the time because now we're back in January. So my channel was very small back then. So I was pretty happy how it performed, but this is again topical, so there's not much worth going back to watch it now. Spicing up rewards for adventure. This was a good video. I talk about how to make rewards for adventure more interesting than just giving gold, magic item, or sometimes doing the twist like, oh, I'm gonna give like this fortune, but it's gonna be all copper piece. You know, yeah, you can do better than that. You can do it more interestingly, like, and you can use, and rewards can be an adventure manner to give depth to your world as well, to make it seem like a place that exists for its own sake, not just as a place to for adventurer to go and plunder. So this video should get more view. Only 57, that's fairly low. And it's a good video. It's just fantasy, bro, or is it? I talk about that how fantasy or not. Like, I hate this attitude where, like, because you do something that's fantasy, everything is justified. You know, everything should be fair game. You know, oh, it's fantasy. Why do you worry so much about it? You know, yeah, no. You want your fantasy to be believable, and it does also inform more than just, you know, it's that was a good video as well. It did good at the time. If you missed it, I think the point made in this video are still valid. So it's also a good one if you want to go back and watch my old video, and you should. Why I don't allow men to play as female character in RPG. This video did very well, especially because it was like my channel was so small at the time. In short, I don't like men playing as female because adventuring is not a female thing, it's not a thing for women. So I think the party should be mostly male adventurer. I do allow female players to play as male or to play as female because I'm not gonna force anybody to crossplay. But yeah, I don't want a bunch of a bus babe running around in the world, because then they just make the world stupid. Magic setting don't make sense. I mostly talk about I hate when people make like setting that would be like kind of like European medieval, but with magic on top of it. But it's like the magic is just like an add-on, just like shoehorned in, like just like a tacked on, and it doesn't have any impact on the world. And if you want to put like magic in your if you want to put magic in your world, and a lot of magic that is reliable, magic that is usable by basically anybody, it would change the world completely. The world wouldn't be otherwise like a medieval world. Everything would be different because you got magic. And if you don't consider that, then your world won't make sense. Why I dislike superheroes? In short, I dislike them because they most of them get their power undeserved, just by accident of birth or accident throughout their life, like getting bitten by a radioactive spider or being born with the power and stuff like that. I like my story to be about ordinary people doing extraordinary stuff, and superhero are not that. Why I love TTRPG and get mad when people try to destroy them. That's just like I talk about what I find so great about the hobby. If you're curious about it, you can go watch it. It's mostly personal views. RPG, hobby, and bullies. When losing is winning. I think this video came out a bit weird. I talk about how, like, because people sometimes look at the activists now on Twitter, the Blue Air and stuff like that, and you look at them and you think, oh, those guys are fucking loser. But what they don't understand is that the culture is so changed, and now you're kind of not allowed to be a winner in the way that we would see being a winner anymore. At the time, we used to elevate people that would like distinguish themselves by being good at something, but now we don't do that anymore. Now we elevate people that are good for nothing. So people that would have been winner back then, they just changed the way of being winner. So now they become the best at being good at nothing. They become the most oppressed and stuff like that. And so yeah, this is there's this weird inversion that happened, and those people that we see that they look like loser, It's just because like now it's loser that are put on pedestal. So they're not really loser. It's just that they just found a different way of winning, of being put on the pedestal. PBS think OSR gamers are istophobe. That was a reaction to the article. Did well at the time. It's topical. Not much worse than going back to it. Cobalt Press Project Black Flag. They really made themselves irrelevant. When WotC announced that they're going to put the 5-year SRD in the Creative Commons, they went back in the fold and said, oh no, what we could do? No, the Project Black Flag actually is going to be like a 5e supplement, basically, like a 5e spin. So nobody cared anymore. So who care? An introduction to me. There was a new channel, so I just wanted to talk about what I was about. If you went on my channel, you probably saw the video start playing. The OGL 1.1, the lesson learned from 4th edition. I talked about, that was at the time when the whole OGL thing was happening. And I talked about when the 4th edition came out, and then everybody left 4th edition to go with Paizo. And I thought that WotC was trying to avoid that happening again when they would push 6th edition or 1D&D. So again, that was topical, and now it's mostly like irrelevant anymore, this video. So D&D 5e Penury of DM, that was a topic that was en vogue at the time. Everybody was talking about that. It was an article published in I don't remember what, but they're talking about like a penury of DM, and I explained why I think that 5e struggle to have DM while the OSR doesn't. And my theory is that because the 5e player are just fucking annoying. And revoking the OGL, well, that was my first video on the channel. Why I talk about the whole OGL stuff, I guess. And I didn't start my channel to talk about that. I had planned to start a channel, and I talked about the guy at Biggest Geekus before that. And I told them at some point, you know what, I think in the new year I'm gonna start a channel. I want to talk about the hobby as well. So I started a channel on January 7th, the 7th of January. And but it just happened to that the OGL stuff was happening, so that was a good time, I guess, to start a channel because everybody was growing. So that was my first 50 video. Sometimes I worried I'm too political, but I guess I didn't do that many political video. I'm mostly on topic of gaming. I also don't want to be too much about Outrage. Again, I don't think I have like that many Outrage video. Maybe a few more in the beginning, but everybody was upset about everything because it was all the old OGL stuff and then called Bring stuff and stuff like that. And there was a lot of happening there. But I think I got like I think I tried to focus on gaming and give view about gaming and try to bring new perspective and advice and stuff like that. So this video was very self-indulgent, just looking back at my content. But because it's a new channel, and by definition that's a new channel, every subscriber is fairly new. Like every subscriber joined in the last 50 videos. Because it's my first 50 videos. And I thought it was another bad idea to go back and to point some that you might have missed, but I think are good, and also point some that you can skip, I guess. So thank you for watching, and I hope you didn't find it was like too self-indulgent. And yeah, if at some point you're bored and you don't know what to watch on YouTube, go back to my content. I have some good stuff over there, if I may say so myself. I'm still learning to do the video. I'm not used to it. Still fairly new, so I'm still a bit camera shy, but hopefully I'm gonna get better over time. Maybe going back to my old video also, you're gonna see that I sucked really bad back then. Whatever. Let me know if you have a video that you thought was really good, that should get more view, or if you watch my worst video that you've seen, let's say, oh, you really missed the mark on that one, let me know down below. Let's have fun with that. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Take care. Oh, and don't forget, tonight at 1800 Eastern Daylight Time, so 6 p.m. In Eastern Daylight Time, EDT, I'm gonna go live for the draw, and then if people are there, we're gonna chat a bit. I'll see you there. I hope. Take care. Have a good night.